There are creatures out there that simply refuse to accept death. You can cut them, crush them, even take their head off, and they'll still find a way to keep moving, breathing, and in some cases, even trying to attack. Nature is so absurd that some animals have nervous systems spread throughout their bodies, others breathe without needing a head, and some keep living for days as if they haven't realized they were already decapitated. While most of us would drop dead from a simple cut to the neck, these biological monsters defy every rule of life and death. Get ready to meet the true champions of natural stubbornness. Creatures that prove the survival instinct can carry on, even without a brain to command it. Now check out the 10 animals that survive without a head. 10. Chicken. Ah, the farm classic, the universal symbol of a peaceful dinner, and ironically, one of the strangest cases of headless survival ever recorded. It sounds like a joke, but there once was a chicken that literally cheated death for almost 2 years. His name was Mike, and he became world famous as the Headless Chicken. It all began in 1945 when a Colorado farmer tried to prepare dinner. He chopped off the chicken's head, but by a stroke of luck, or bad luck depending on how you see it, part of the brainstem and a major artery remained intact. The result? Mike's heart kept beating, and he stayed on his feet, wobbly, but alive. In the following days, the farmer noticed that Mike not only moved around, but also tried to preen his feathers, perch, and even make muffled clucks. The farmer began feeding him with an eyedropper directly into his esophagus, and soon Mike became a sensation, traveling across the US, appearing in newspapers, and even on TV shows. Mike lived like that for 18 months, headless, eating and breathing through a hole in his neck. And the most unbelievable part? Scientists confirmed it was real. The brainstem, which controls vital reflexes, was still functioning. If that isn't proof that the survival instinct can push past any limit, nothing is. 9. Mantis shrimp. This one looks like it walked straight out of a sci-fi movie, and honestly, it deserves the starring role. The mantis shrimp, also called the boxing lobster, is one of the ocean's most brutal and resilient animals. And when it comes to surviving without a head, it puts on a real show of biological independence. While most creatures can't do a thing without their brain, the mantis shrimp acts like it has a mini headquarters in every part of its body. Its nervous system is so decentralized that even after losing its head, the rest of the body keeps moving, swimming, and even striking by reflex. For a few minutes, it stays active as if nothing happened, an aquatic zombie with claws that hit faster than a bullet. Speaking of claws, these punches can break shells, shatter aquarium glass, and even crack human bones, reaching speeds close to 50 miles per hour, 80 kilometers per hour. The impact is so intense, it generates heat, light, and a tiny cavitation bubble, basically a microscopic underwater explosion. In other words, even without a head, this little monster could still punch like a superhero. And the funniest part? It doesn't even realize it lost its head, because, in a way, it never really needed it that much. 8. Snakes. If there's one animal that takes dying with a bite to another level, it's the snake. And that's no exaggeration. Some species, like vipers and rattlesnakes, keep attacking even after being decapitated. It's the kind of sight that could make anyone think they're watching a real-life horror movie. The secret, or rather the nightmare, lies in the nervous system. Even after losing the head, nerve cells keep firing for minutes, sending electrical impulses to the muscles. That's why a severed snakehead can still blink, move, and bite. And here's the scary part. Those bites still inject venom because the glands remain active for a short time. There are real cases of people who, out of curiosity or pure foolishness, tried to handle a dead snake's head, only to suffer fatal bites minutes after decapitation. The venom is released by reflex, and the fangs still move as if alive. Even the body, separated from the head, can keep twisting, coiling, and striking at thin air for several minutes. It's as if every part of the snake goes through one last fit of rage before finally shutting down. Bottom line, cutting off a snake's head isn't the end. It's just the start of a few minutes you definitely don't want to witness up close. 7. Crab. If there's an animal that looks built to survive the apocalypse, it's the crab. This crustacean seems forged from iron and powered by sheer stubbornness. And the strangest thing is, it can keep moving for hours, even a whole day, without its head. Here's why. The crab's body works like an autonomous reflex center. Its nervous system is spread across several ganglia throughout the body, not concentrated in the brain. In other words, each part knows what to do even without receiving orders from above. The result? Legs that keep walking, claws that keep opening and closing, and movements that look like a crab still trying to escape, even after decapitation. Fishermen have reported headless crabs walking, reacting to touch, and even trying to dig into sand. In colder environments where metabolism slows down, these reflexes can last even longer. And here's the weirdest part. For a crab, losing the head isn't even the worst problem. They regrow lost limbs, molt their shells multiple times through life, and seem to ignore any notion of biological fragility. In short, if a nuclear war ever breaks out, don't be surprised if the roaches and the crabs are still there, casually walking around without their heads. 6. Lizard. Few animals are as dramatic as the lizard when it comes to pretending to be dead, or in this case, staying active even after really dying. This reptile can still cause trouble long after decapitation. The body twists, the tail thrashes, and the heart can keep beating for almost an hour. That's because the lizard's nervous system is highly reflexive. Electrical impulses keep traveling through its muscles for quite a while, even without signals from the brain. So while the head is long gone, the body still believes it's in a fight or running from a predator. And let's not forget the famous detachable tail, which continues to wriggle completely on its own. It's such an effective survival trick that the predator gets distracted by the flopping tail while the rest of the body sneaks away. In some species, the heart keeps beating for over 30 minutes after decapitation, powered purely by automatic reflexes. In short, if a lizard could talk, it would probably say, "You can take my head, but I'm not done fighting yet." 5. Cockroaches. Cockroaches, the true legends of the apocalypse. They've survived meteors, pesticides, slippers, and now they're on the list of creatures that live without a head as if it were just a minor inconvenience. Their secret lies in how absurdly independent their bodies are. Unlike us, cockroaches don't breathe through a nose or mouth, but through tiny holes called spiracles, located along the sides of the body. That means the brain doesn't need to tell them to breathe. The body just keeps going on autopilot. After decapitation, the insect blood, or hemolymph, doesn't flow under pressure, so they don't bleed out like warm-blooded animals. The body stays active, the nerves keep firing, and the cockroach can walk, respond, and move for weeks until it dies of thirst or starvation, since it can't drink or eat without a head. Even creepier, the head can also survive separately for a while if kept in a humid environment, meaning the head and body can act like two independent organisms for a few days. So if you think you've squashed one and solved the problem, think again. These creatures are so tough that if the world ever ends, cockroaches will still be there, probably arguing over who lost their head first. 4. Planarian. Now we've entered the territory of official biological nightmares. The Planarian is a flatworm that looks like it was designed by a mad scientist because it doesn't just survive without a head, it grows a new one. These small worms live in freshwater and have a regenerative ability so extreme it defies all normal biology. Cut one in half, and within days, each half becomes a new, complete individual. Brain, eyes, and all. Cut it into 4, 10, or even 20 pieces, and each piece will grow a new head and body. And this isn't internet folklore. Scientists have done this in labs and watched it happen. They literally rebuild their own nervous system using stem cells called neoblasts that multiply and form whatever tissue is needed. In other words, the Planarian doesn't just survive decapitation. It treats it like an opportunity to multiply. If humans had that power, every haircut would produce another version of you. Luckily or not, that superpower is reserved for a tiny worm that laughs in the face of death and logic. 3. Praying mantis. Now things get awkward. The praying mantis might look like a calm monk in meditation, but in reality, it's a ruthless predator. And even during mating, it keeps functioning without a head. During reproduction, the female, in a moment of pure instinct, bites off the male's head. Yes, literally bites it off. And here's the shocking part. The male's body keeps mating as if nothing happened. It's as if his nervous system says, "Mission not complete, keep going." That's because the mating movements are controlled by a nerve center in the abdomen, not the brain. So even headless, the male's body stays active, finishing the act, which, by the way, the female seems to prefer since he moves even more energetically that way. Afterward, his fate is predictable. He becomes dinner. The female eats him to gain the nutrients needed to produce her eggs. A true cycle of love, death, and dinner. In short, the mantis proves that losing your head isn't always the end. Sometimes it's just part of the ritual. 2. Octopus. The octopus is one of those creatures that makes you rethink what animal intelligence really means. But the most mind-blowing part is that it doesn't even need its head to keep showing how smart it is, literally. When an octopus loses its head, its arms remain alive and active for up to an hour, still moving, grabbing things, and even trying to catch prey. And no, it's not just random twitching. Each arm has its own mini brain with millions of neurons capable of making simple decisions independently. In short, an octopus is 8 small intelligences working together. These arms are so smart that scientists have seen detached ones react to touch, avoid obstacles, and even try to escape containers. Imagine a tentacle crawling across your counter. That's the kind of thing that keeps people up at night. And to make things even stranger, the octopus is a regeneration master. Lose an arm, or even part of its body, and it just grows a new one. It's like saying, "Go ahead, take it, I'll make another tomorrow." In the end, the octopus is so advanced that even without a head, it still seems smarter than a lot of people walking around with one. 1. Flies. Those tiny buzzing annoyances that spend the day circling your head also deserve a bit of respect or fear. Because believe it or not, flies can stay alive for hours even without their heads. That's because their bodies don't rely entirely on the brain for basic functions. A fly's nervous system is divided into several ganglia, small command centers scattered throughout its body, controlling things like wing beats, leg movements, and reflexes. So when the head is gone, the body just keeps going on its own. In experiments, scientists have seen headless flies walking, cleaning their wings, and reacting to stimuli long after decapitation. The body still responds to light, touch, and temperature as if saying, "Okay, I lost central command, but I'm not stopping now." Even creepier, the head itself can keep moving for a few seconds, with the eyes and antennae still reacting to light. It's as if both parts are trying to figure out who's still in charge. In the end, the fly proves that even the smallest insect can be a biological oddity, a creature so stubborn that not even decapitation can stop its routine. So, which of these animals impressed you the most? Drop a comment below. I want to know which one blew your mind. And if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel Nature's Secrets, hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next one, and share it with that friend who loves seeing nature's wildest side. See you in the next video.